Hey guys, Andrew Esquivel here, back with another fishy tip and trick video for you. And today we're going to be discussing reverse osmosis filtration for your fish tanks. So, why did I get reverse osmosis? Well, I have well water here at the house, and the TDS, total dissolved solids, is pretty high up there. It's around 800 parts per million, which is, from what I'm told, insanely high. Which I agree, it is pretty high. That being said, it's not impossible for creatures to live in it, as you can plainly see, they do. But that doesn't necessarily mean we are doing as much as we can do. So, reverse osmosis, why do it? It makes the water as pure as it can get for the most part here. There's different levels of reverse osmosis. You can do RO, which is reverse osmosis, DI, which is deionization. I have a RO system, but RODI does another step. This is a 3-stage. You can go up to like 6-stage, depending on your budget, what you're looking for, etc. But let's just talk about the basics here, because a lot of people, including myself, really had no idea how this stuff worked up until now, and how exactly to go about implementing it. What we have is a 3-stage reverse osmosis system. The very basic understanding. Just don't worry about all this. Let's just explain what happens. Water comes in from a source. This is directly connected to my well. Water comes into the system. The system goes through a series of stages that remove certain things at different kinds of levels. Then, the water comes out. But there's 2 outlets. One outlet is for wastewater. This is the water that's concentrated, no good, bad stuff, no water. That goes into a drainage. Then we have the good water. This is the fresh, filtered water. This is the water you want to use. And you'll notice that it comes out pretty slow. Few drips here and there. Not very fast, especially when you compare it to the bad water. That's because there's only so much you can do. We are taking a ton of bad water out in exchange for a little bit of good water. Now you're probably thinking, hey, that's pretty darn slow. I would rather fill my fish tank up faster than that. Well, here's the thing. It's not meant to be directly put into the fish tank. You got to remember, the water that comes out of this filter is pretty close to pure water. It's not going to be perfect, but the TDS is going to be like 4 or 5 instead of 800. So you need to add minerals back to the water. The plus side about this is you can add this good water to a giant container of your own choosing. It just has to be a clean, big container. The hope, preferably never been used for anything else. You could use like a giant trash can made out of plastic from like Rubbermaid or any other thing you could think of that holds water that's clean, really. And let it fill up over time, because realistically, this unit will only expected to produce about 50 gallons per day. This unit. Now, there are other units that do 100 gallons per day, 150 gallons per day. Get what is appropriate for you. Considering that even though I have all these tanks, it only needs to have 20% of the water changed weekly. So I can get away with having like a 50-gallon drum of some sort where I let the water build up to a certain point, then shut it off. At that point, I will have a giant tub of water. Let's just say this is the tub for now. This is a giant tub of purified water, not ready to go back into the fish, because the fish and the shrimps and all that need minerals. It's necessary. So, there are different types of mineral additives you can get. An example, and this is not the one I'm going to go for, but Seachem Replenish replenishes necessary minerals removed by RO-DI systems. Now, these things are very concentrated. So you can get a ton of it that'll last you for a very, very, very long time for a pretty inexpensive amount of money. So, once again, the basic idea. Bad water goes in. Bad water comes out one end. Good water comes out one end. The good water you have to store somewhere. Once the water is filled up to an amount that you can realistically use, you add minerals back to it. Yay! You've got good water again. Now what? How do you get that water out? There's several ways of doing it. You can do what I'm going to do, which if I could only find the darn thing, it's somewhere around here, is a pond pump filter, which it's just a water pump that sits inside the large container, connects to a hose, and you turn it on and off, and it'll pump water from the bottom out to wherever you want it. And then when you're done, you can just shut it off. There you go. That's the basic understanding of RODI and how to implement it for your fish tanks. Pretty simple. I'll be going over a more in-depth kind of explanation about how to set everything up in future videos. But hopefully that gives you the most basic understanding of how it's all connected, what it does, how it does it to a small extent, and how to get it into your fish tanks properly and prepare it ahead of time. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope the video was helpful. If you liked it, please comment, rate, subscribe, show your friends, check out my other videos. I got plenty of them. And as always, I'll see you next time. Stay fishy.